Hello and welcome to the Media Bubble Podcast, the podcast that talks about movies, anime, video games, and comics. I'm your host Fredrik, and with me as always is my co-host Karol.
Hello, hi. Today we have a special event. That's why we've met in person. So Fredrik, you have the reputation to know a lot about movies, right?
I'm not sure if I have a reputation. I would say that myself that I know a lot about movies, but yeah.
But I feel that you know about movies as well.
Yeah.
So I prepared a quiz for you. I prepared some questions, 25, but I have more, so we can go further if you feel like it.
Yay!
About movies and their release dates.
Yeah,
and
so this is a movie release date quiz.
Exactly.
Made by Karol.
Exactly. TM. Also, I prepared some follow-up questions for some bonus points.
Okay. Maybe we should explain that if I prick the right year, I get 3 points.
Exactly.
And if I'm 1 year wrong, it's 2 points, and 2 year wrong, it's 1 point.
Exactly. So the further away from the correct year it is, the less points you get.
How much maximum of point can I get in that case?
25 times 3?
That's
75 points.
75.
For years only, but that doesn't add bonus points.
You haven't told me anything about bonus points.
I mean, they're like a side bit, because I feel like if we're only gonna say dates, it's not gonna be really interesting.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so, drum roll please. I didn't prepare a sound bit for that.
I noticed that.
A Bubble Media podcast production.
An old lady having a...
She was part of a curtain.
Okay.
The Big Bad Movie Release Date Quiz Trademark Show!
Wow. Look at you have really prepared here.
And we also have sound effects.
Yeah, great.
So if you're correct, you'll hear this tune. But if you're incorrect, you hear...
Okay.
Okay.
Can you just be maybe a little bit further from the mic? Yeah.
I'm sorry, you don't want me that close. But I will seal the mice. Okay, so, first question. Twilight.
Is this the first movie or the...
Oh yeah, I should specify. So, for the most part, there is one exception, but most movies are like the first in the series.
Okay, so this is the first.
Exactly, otherwise I would specify that
I think this is 2009 in that case.
Let me check. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Okay.
It might be 2008, but I say 2009. 2008.
Yeah, so 2 points for that.
I actually have never seen Twilight.
But you know about Twilight, right?
The thing with movie release date is that I know a lot of films when they release, because I have done a lot of research on specifically that point. So there probably will be movies that I know that I haven't seen.
I have a follow-up question. So, for you, is it Edward and Bella, or is it the other one?
How can I get points for this one?
Well, I kind of screwed up the question already, because the question was, what was the love triangle?
Well, it was these two on the picture here, and that werewolf guy.
What was his name?
Wolfie. What was he? Was his name Edward and her name Belle or something?
Exactly. Well, Bella.
Okay.
So it was Edward and Bella, and then there was Jacob and Bella.
Okay.
But the movie like steered in the direction that it should be the vampire and Bella, and then Jacob ended up with their child, which was problematic, and it yeah. So in the third movie, when Bella got pregnant, she was turned into a vampire, and Jacob was like, well, if I can't be with Bella, then like my life is over. And then Bella...
wait, it's Jacob's child.
No. It's Edward and Bella's child that grew up really fast, and then like Jacob bonded with her, and it's like, yeah, I need to protect this girl. You know,
okay.
Renesmee.
Okay. Next film then, Karol.
All right. So, Jumanji. We talked about this.
Let's see. Welcome to the Jungle. This is the first one, I think.
Yeah. So, as I said, it's the it's the first movies.
I think this is 2017.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Okay. Let me see if you're right. 2007.
2017. 17.
Okay. 17. Correct.
Yeah.
It's a pretty recent movie, actually.
Yeah, and this I have also seen a lot, so I know that the sequel was released 2019, and I know that was 2 years apart, so I just could...
Oh yeah, like you can actually reference the other movies in the series. But a follow-up question: do you remember the character names of the players in Jumanji? Not the actors.
One of my weak points in life is that I don't remember names.
So these bonus questions are not meant for you.
What the heck were they called?
There's 5 of them.
Ruby Rose?
No, 4.
Ruby Rose was one of them, right? Smolders? Okay, I'm not going to get this, Karol.
Yeah, it was Spencer, Bethany, Fridge, and Martha. So Martha is Kick-Ass one, Fridge is the backpack guy.
I misunderstood. I thought you mean that the actual player's name.
Oh, you mean the characters?
Yeah, I thought you meant the video game character's name.
Okay, well, I could have phrased that better, I feel like. Okay, next question. Deadpool, we've seen it one too.
2016.
Damn, you're fast. Is that your final answer?
Yes, 2000. Or maybe not. Let me think. No, I still say 2016.
You're
yes.
Right. It was pretty on the money. I just wanted to psych you out. The big bad guy from the movie.
The big bad guy from
the movie, from the first Deadpool.
Oh, from this movie.
Yeah.
What was his?
That was a running joke.
Yeah, Deadpool was kind of always Francis.
Yeah, but he called himself Ajax, like the dishwashing.
Yeah, but his name was Francis.
Yeah, I give it to you. So 1 more point, +1.
Okay.
Okay, 4th question. Saw. The first one.
Do you want to know a weak point of mine? I am not that good when it comes to horror movies. Like when you say the first one, is this picture looks kind of new? Is this a reboot of the series?
No, I've only took the first movies of the series.
Okay.
But it's not the like independent like indie movie when they were chopping off their legs. It's like the proper one. I feel like I'm really bad with horror movies as well.
Oh my god. Let's see here. So, like I know of the others horror franchise like Halloween and things like that. They were released in the 80s. So, I actually have no idea about this one.
Wanna give it a shot anyway? You can still score points.
Yeah, but let's see if I see this picture. What does this look like? 2002?
Pretty close. 2005. So that would score you. It's 3 years off. So no points.
I don't get points.
Yeah, sorry. Next up.
What the? 2006.
Yeah, I needed to include that just because.
Just because.
And
One of my favorite films.
I mean, like, it's a movie quiz. There is a follow-up question to this.
Okay, sure.
So, the three main characters in this movie.
Lightning McQueen, Matter.
And?
Is it... It might be Duck or Sally.
I will give you that because you said her name, so it's actually Sally.
Okay. Because I feel like Duck actually has a bigger presence than Sally in the movie, to be honest. It's more his backstory and... I mean,
he's more involved in the plot because he's like the guy that motivates Zigzag to be like a little better.
Yeah.
Okay, next up. The Devil Wears Prada.
This might be a bit harder. I know that it's around the late 2 or 00, like around 2007-8. I think I'm going to go with 2008 on this one.
All right. I also wanted to mention, like, because you're into movies, I'm in somewhat as well. I feel like my picks maybe not be reflective of like everything that you know. I try to pick like general movies, but we'll see how our like preferences overlap as we go with this quiz. So you said 2008.
Yep.
Yeah, that tracks. 2006.
2006. So
Yeah.
I get 1 point.
Exactly. It's a pretty old movie when you think about it. It's
a little bit older than I probably expected.
So I don't know if the boss of the movie was
Meryl Streep.
Yes, but the
name
character
is on the poster there.
No. Let me finish. So the character that the boss was based off, it was some famous fashion designer. I don't know if it was from Gucci or it was from like a Vogue, but I know that the person inspired the character, she showed up then at the premiere all dressed in Gucci, and she was impressed with it.
Okay. She didn't take offense or anything like that.
Nah.
Okay.
She loved it. Okay.
Beetlejuice, an 80s classic. Oh my god. I think it's early 80s on this one. I'm going to say 1983.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, I think that is my final answer.
1988.
Oh, so it was a bit of a later 80s.
Yeah, you actually... I was surprised that you already got like, oh, it's from the 80s, because I wouldn't have guessed that. But, yeah, few years off.
No, because I remember Tim Burton... This was one of Tim Burton's earlier movie, and he did... The one that got Tim Burton a little bit famous was Pee-wee's Big Adventure, which was also an 80s movie, so maybe I should have figured out that this one was a little bit later. Maybe I should think a little bit more.
It would do you good in this quiz, I feel like. Okay, next up.
I bring up facts that Karol doesn't even know himself. Soon as Summer. I actually watched this a bit as a kid. I to be honest, I haven't really watched a lot of Swedish films, especially when I was a kid, but this one was a kind of an exception.
I mean, I can see that. I picked this movie specifically because it's, like, outside of Sweden, you probably have never heard of it.
No.
And this movie spawned, like, a whole slew of movies afterwards.
Yeah, but that was much later and with a whole different cast.
True. I mean, the kid can't be young forever.
No.
Like, I think the most recent one was when they went to Greenland? To Greece.
Maybe. I haven't really caught I'm not really sure about that to be honest, but Yeah, there has been some newer movies with some newer faces. Sune is based on a book series which they first, with this cast, made into a Christmas calendar series. And then I think the follow-up Summer, I guess they made it into a movie. I think this is early 90s, like I'm going to say 1992.
Good guess. It's 1990.
How's it going,
Three.
Karol? 1993.
So it was pretty close. 2 points. And I'm also glad that you explained to me what Soon as Summer was, because, like, I've never seen it.
No, as I said, it's kind of rare for me to see
A Swedish movie.
No, maybe more a Swedish kind of more traditional child movie. The reason why I watched this a bit was because at my grandma's house she had this on VHS.
Oh wow!
So, like all the Astrid Lindgren's film and things like that, I haven't watched those.
God, I wish I could have picked Pippi Longstocking on the list. It's not.
Okay.
I'll give you that.
But I'm a bit surprised that showed up here. Oh, another 80s film.
Yeah.
And I think
E.T. the Extraterrestrial.
Now I apparently got wrong on Beetlejuice, but I am pretty certain this is early 80s on the. I think this in 1982.
Okay. Wait.
How's it going, fact checker?
I should have prepped better, but this is the case for almost every episode.
Yeah.
Yes. So what did you say?
1982.
Oh God. You got it right on the money.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on E.T.?
Haven't seen it.
Same. I've only remembered the TikTok where where somebody got the finger in their throat.
I know that he has this kind of line, phone home. And I see here we have The Hunger Games, the first one. And that was released 2011.
You're awfully sure about this.
Yeah, this one I'm 100%.
Well, what did you think of The Hunger Games?
I watched it on the cinema. I remember that the first one I thought was interesting, a bit of a new concept. I watched the sequel. I didn't watch that on the cinema. I watched it when it came out on DVD and things like that. And I didn't watch the I didn't watch the two movies that followed after.
I've seen the first one. I've seen Catching Fire, but I didn't see the last one.
Ah, exactly like me.
Yeah.
What was it you went to the cinema?
I think that was the case. Yes.
Yeah.
The thing is, I've read the book, so I know how it ends.
Yeah.
Plus, wasn't it the case that they split the last two movies, like the last book into movies?
The last book into two movies.
It was the Twilight.
It was actually Harry Potter. I think that did it first, but with how successful it was for Harry Potter. Yeah. They tried to do it with other young adult franchises, but they aren't really Harry Potter, so it didn't really work that way. Like Interstellar, for an example, they have based the first two movies on the books, and then the third book was going to be 2 parts, but they only released the first part, and that was so unsuccessful, so the second part never made.
Oh my god. That sucks, actually. And I know that a lot of critics actually really hate on the third movie because, it was stretched out. They had to fill the air from explaining the book.
I heard that the first part, there was nothing really there.
Yeah. Plus, going back to love triangles, do you remember this is also a bonus question. Do you remember the love triangle from Hunger Games?
Yeah, I do remember this is the problem with names again. Because I do remember which 3 character it was. It was, what is her name even? Katniss Everdeen.
Exactly.
It was the poor boy.
Yeah.
Actually, all of them is poor when I think about it.
But Peter was not as poor because he was a baker.
Okay, Peter.
Peter.
And it was the Liam Hemsworth character.
Okay, so because I wanted to make a point, his name is Gale.
Gale.
No point for you. But a lot of people complain about the third movie because the actor that played Gale actually died between, he passed away between the filming of the first and second movie. So that, he couldn't be in a lot of scenes in the last movie.
The love triangle.
No. So the actor who played Gale in the love triangle, the poor boy. So he passed away when between filming of...
Karol, no one of the three three main characters have died.
The actor?
No, none of those in the love triangle have died.
I am googling it now. Am I spreading misinformation? I have no internet.
Jennifer Lawrence is alive because I saw her in an interview recently.
Yeah, but
Liam Hemsworth made movies after this one, and so did Josh Henderson, or what his name was.
I mean, I never claimed that Jennifer Lawrence died.
No, but if we're talking about this love triangle...
Wait.
Was it that one of the characters died in the movie, or...
Where did I hear the information from? What the hell?
There was actually one older actor who I think died when these were made, but he was a lot older and not in the love triangle.
Yeah, sorry. So my heart goes to Liam Hemsworth. You are not dead.
Congratulations.
This was not my intention to air you out as a dead person on our podcast, but I'm sorry. Let's go to the next question. You also get...
No, I got wrong.
But you said, what did you say?
2011.
I mean, you still get 2 points.
I said I was on 100%.
I mean, sometimes you feel...
Damn it. Oh, AI.
Artificial intelligence.
99, I would say. 1999.
Oh, wow. I think you're pretty close.
2001.
You still get 1 point.
I actually thought that it was early 2000, but I wanted to play a bit safe, so I said 99.
I mean, I wouldn't fault you, because when I first researched this movie, I also thought that this would be a movie from the 90s. Did you know that this movie, prior to the release, had an ARG going on?
Nope.
And it even continued after the movie was released. So it was in the newspaper clippings, there were stories, and people could send in their questions, and they formed communities online, early on the Yahoo internet.
Okay.
And it was fun because, as I said, the ARG was meant to build out the setting of the movie, but more movies never happened.
Oh, so this was the first of more.
Exactly, but it didn't pan out.
Okay.
Okay, next up.
Avatar 2009.
Exactly. But are you sure about that?
Yes. I'm saying 2000. That's wrong.
Yes, it is! What the hell? Everything is... Damn you, Liam Hemsworth!
It's all your fault! How could you do this to him, Liam?
Well, I'm gonna edit it post, but Fredrik was right. It is 2009, not 2012, as it shows on our screens. So 3 points for that.
Thank you.
Let's see if the next ones are correct too.
Snow White in 1937.
Yeah, so Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And you're a big Disney fan, so
Yeah.
so I was banking that you
This
know.
one is kind of easy because this is the first animated Disney film also.
So that's why you know the date.
I know some of the others too, but those would have been a little bit harder for me. This one is a bit easier because it's the very first one.
Alright, so what date did you say?
1937.
Exactly.
This was called also Disney's folly when it came out, because no one thought that you could watch an animated film for more than 1 hour.
Really?
Yeah, there were just short films up to that point with Mickey Mouse and things like that. And you know, every time there comes something new, a lot of, I guess, negativity comes before it, but when people actually watched the film, it was a huge success for the Disney company.
Yeah, I mean it's wild because like in this day and age, it's not uncommon to like binge watch a whole animated TV series for more than an hour. But next up,
Zoolander.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I haven't actually watched this film. I know that this thing with blue steel.
That was my bonus question. What was the name of Zoolander's iconic look? It was blue steel.
I got 1 point. But I think this was 2001. I think it's early 2000s.
Early 2000s, 2001. You got it right on the money.
Yay!
You're picking up like momentum, I see.
I have only got them wrong with 2. And one of those 2 I was wrong by 1. I didn't get points by 1 year.
Okay, next up.
The Jungle Book. As I said, this is a bit harder. This Disney film is a little bit in the middle. But I actually have one mind clue that can help me a bit. And that is, The Jungle Book is the last Disney film which Walt Disney had a big impact on, because he died kind of close to it. And he died around, I think he died 1966 or something like that. And I think The Jungle Book released 1 year after he died, so 1967.
Right on the money. Like I would like to go into your mind palace when you do these calculations. I also brought up this movie because in Sweden, like I didn't know that the Jungle Book was so prevalent, because even in school you learn the songs from the movie.
Yeah, the 2 songs are really popular, and that is the King Louis song and that beginning song where Baloo sings with "Be Happy with."
Yeah, like Björntjänst.
I don't really know the English title of that song, but yeah.
Yeah, but neat fact for you listeners. Come to Sweden and learn the Disney songs.
Yeah, to be honest, Sweden is a very... I feel like Sweden is a very big Disney country in some way. Like, there are some adults which will know a lot of Disney facts, because we probably watched it as a kid or something like that, or read the comics or things.
Yeah, Disney influence is strong, but I won't say like it's anything bad. I quite enjoy that I could learn the song in school. Okay, next up, we'll see if I have this prepped.
Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Yeah, so this was the exception. This is the only sequel.
Exception.
Yeah,
the only sequel. Let's see. This is kind of recently also. Let's see here. It's 2000. It's 2022 this year. Let's see. This was the first film that came after Avengers Endgame, and Endgame came out 2019. I think this was the same year, so 2019.
Exactly.
You know, if I don't know the exact movie date, I have something in my mind that can help me.
No, but it's a good strategy because you can like. That's the good thing with like the Marvel universe because like you can actually trace back movies. Okay, do you know the names of the three main characters, or at least Spider-Man's and his friends?
Peter Parker, Ned. Do I have to say the last name of him?
No.
Ned Leeds, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh my God! What was?
It's
what
MJ, but what is her name?
Yeah, but the thing is, they kind of wanted to throw us off with, oh, it actually is MJ, but she has another, because it's supposed to be Mary Jane, but they didn't want to do Mary the name, so I actually don't remember what her name is, because they say MJ all the time in the movie.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
At least in this sequel and the third film.
I picked this movie because I picked this question because I thought it would be a little mean, but I'll give it to you. So her name is Michelle Jones.
Oh.
So you'll have an extra point here.
Hooray! Oh, The Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this one. I recently bought it though. And let's see. This is also an 80s film. I'm pretty sure this is 19. I'm pretty sure this is like the middle of the 80s as well. So I'm going to say 1985.
Let's see. Roll the answer. Right on the money.
Hooray!
God damn it! Like I felt like, oh, it's gonna be. There's no way he's gonna take all of them. Like, and you don't, but you get a lot of them right. So the next up would have been Lord of the Rings.
Which one of them?
The first one.
2001.
Whoa. Okay, cool. Bonus point. Do you know the release dates of the rest of them?
2002 and 2003, because they were followed up. The three movies were all filmed at the same time, in a really long period, and the plan was for them to release one each year.
I mean, it worked out. It was a it was
a big hit.
Yeah.
Like it might be known as the best trilogy ever.
Yeah, it's like it's pretty perfect from all points, I say, and the fandom is like massive because of it.
Yeah.
I have a second bonus question to this movie.
Okay.
It's a little bit harder. So, in the movies, who died? And I mean like the main fellowship. So I mean between Frodo, Sam, Pippin, Merry, Gandalf, Legolas, Gimli, Gandalf, Aragorn, and Boromir. Who died?
It's that actor that always died. Wait, you said all the names. Can you mention them again?
Frodo, Sam, Pippin, Merry, Gandalf, Legolas, Gimli, Gandalf, Aragorn och Boromir.
My weak point with the name. What did you say the last name?
Boromir.
Yeah, I'm saying Boromir.
Yeah, but there's another person who died. I mean, died.
I mean, Gandalf died, but he came back.
Yeah, so that I've made him yellow because of that.
Oh.
So yeah, Boromir died.
It was Gandalf the White and Gandalf the Grey.
Yeah, so Boromir died because he was
poisoned by the ring.
Exactly, and he tried to take the ring from Sam and Frodo. Okay, next up, The Matrix.
1999.
God damn it! Why are you so fast?
Well, if I know it, it comes right up in my mind. So.
But you said what date?
1999.
Yeah, you got it. That's right. So, anything you want to add on The Matrix?
I'm not really sure. I'm not really that big of a fan of the Matrix, to be honest. I have seen the first one. I never saw the sequels, but yeah, well, I can't say that I'm that big of a Matrix fan.
I think I've seen all the movies, but it's been so long that I have a hard time recalling the plot. I know that the latest one was Resurrections, and they even released a tech demo for a PS5 game called maybe that was the Matrix Awakens.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't really like these kind of films where they say that, oh, your whole reality, which you thought were real, wasn't. It's kind of the same problem I have with Interstellar, because that movie wants you to kind of wonder if you're in a dream or not.
I don't feel the same way. I like to because it's a movie. It's just like you can just ponder these questions, but they don't really mean anything.
Yeah, but if they give me weird dreams, then I have a problem with them. Because when I watched Interstellar, like 2 nights after, I had the weirdest dream I've ever had.
I think I have to watch Interstellar then. Okay, next up is Gremlins, the first movie.
Oh shit. I know it's an 80s film. The sequel came out like in the beginning of the 90s, so maybe it's a bit in the middle. I'm going to play it a bit safe and say 1985. Then I have a bit of 8 years to work with.
It was 1984.
Oh.
So you get 2 points. Bonus question. Do you remember the 3 things you were not supposed to do with Gremlins? 3 rules.
They are not supposed to get wet.
1.
Apparently I need to watch the Gremlins again, because I don't remember the other 2.
Well, so the 3 rules were no water, no food after midnight, and no bright light.
Oh, okay.
Because then they start getting mean and multiply.
Yeah, but they also explode in bright light, like the sun.
I think I need to watch the Gremlins. Let's watch the Gremlins.
Next on the media podcast.
The Gremlins. Okay, so next up would be Edward Scissorhands.
Another Tim Burton film. Let's see here. I have watched this one. I watched it in the school one time. Let's see here. I think it's early 90s. It might be 91 or 92. Which one I'm choosing of those? I think I'm going 91. 1991.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, that's my final answer, yes.
It's 1977. I am googling that because I have to double check. The first Star Wars when it was released.
Well,
1977.
You didn't say Star Wars. You said Edward Scissorhand.
Do you have a gun? Do you own a
No.
gun? Like a harpoon. like a sickle, maybe.
You told me Edward Scissorhand. Why are you talking about Star Wars suddenly?
Sorry. I I love them stars and wars but most of them stars.
Star Wars 1997, Return of the Jedi, I would say, is 1980, and the last Star Wars film I would say is 1983. Yeah, just to show that I actually know Star Wars.
I'll give you a point for that. And when did you say it was Edward Scissorhands?
1991.
1990.
Okay.
So 2 points. Then Star Wars, which already was because I can't keep my mouth shut. Taken.
Taken.
No, Taken.
Taken?
Yeah.
Is that the one with Liam Hemsworth?
Exactly.
Oh my god. This is a wild shot, but 2012.
2008.
Oh. Because I know that this was the one that had... this one got sequels, right?
Yeah, it did.
That might have screwed me up a little bit, because I haven't really followed that franchise that much. And when you know that sequels come around, then you're not really sure which one is the first one, so...
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't have guessed either. All I remember from Taken is the monologue.
Okay.
And bonus question, do you remember the monologue? The one he uses to threaten...
I've never seen Taken.
Oh, wow, okay. Well, it was memorable, but there is no point of me saying it because you haven't seen it. It was the I don't know who you are and I don't know what you want. Okay, so next up is Juno.
Juno, the film where Ellen Page get pregnant.
Exactly.
2007. Might be 2006, but I'm saying 7.
I am checking the answer sheet. You said 2007?
Yes.
2008.
Was it 2008?
Yeah. So, 1 year off. Question number 25. And I know that you're gonna already know the answer, so I'm just gonna prep +3.
Well, which one is it then?
Pinocchio.
1940. If Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was the first Disney film released, then Pinocchio is the second.
I still have to check the answers. This is listeners. This is what happens when.
Why don't you have the answers right with the question?
Because I wrote the answers and I put everything into a randomizer.
Oh, okay.
But it was correct. It's 1940. So these are all questions that I have prepped, but I have more.
Okay. Sure, let's go.
So, like a quick round. Love Actually.
2003.
My God.
That one was actually lucky. I knew early 2000s. I didn't know the year that time.
But you got it right on the money. Okay. Kick-Ass.
It might be 2009 or 2011. I know it also had a sequel.
Yeah.
I'm going to play it a bit safe and say 2010 here.
It's actually the date. So it's 3 points for you.
It was 2010?
Yeah.
Okay.
I also wanted to mention that Kick-Ass made me never want to become a superhero.
Oh.
Like, the guy just experiences so much pain, and then he breaks every single one of his bones, and then he has to have, like, a metal cage around his bones, and then he's being tortured live on air in front of all his friends.
It isn't like you see in the Batman, or...
I haven't seen the Batman. The new one, at least.
No, but any Batman film.
Yeah, but, like, I mean, when it's Kick-Ass, he's just a newbie. He's just, like, trying to do good.
Yeah.
But Batman, he's, like... a ninja dude. He's like, he trained jiu-jitsu in the mountains, so he's fine with being shot and punched and kicked and tortured, I guess.
He can do everything.
Yeah. The Godfather.
1972.
Damn. Okay, that was correct. Shrek?
2001.
Correct again. I actually have those are tidbits. Okay, Superman, the first movie.
Like that can be a little bit of a... There have been some that can be the first Superman movie. I think this one that you are thinking on is the one with Christopher Reeves, which is in that case 1978.
Can you stop?
But there were some earlier. I think they were animated. I'm not exactly sure if they were actually cinema released, but there were some earlier Superman things.
I think that would be all of the movies that I have prepped.
Okay, so what did I get wrong? I didn't get Beetlejuice. That one I got completely wrong, and so I was close with so 1 year off, but if I'm going to be honest, I was a bit lucky with being 1 year off because I had no clue about Saw.
Yeah, I mean, you don't seem like the horror type of guy.
No, I'm not really. I wouldn't say that I'm scared with horror movies. I just would say I'm a bit uninterested in them.
You know, because when I'm a little bit interested in horror movies, but they make me feel bad. So when I was prepping for this quiz, I started reading about like Saw. There've been a lot of movies. There've been like up to 6. Then there was Jigsaw. Then there was like Spiral. So there's a lot of movies. And apparently like the 6th one is the best one because it like takes like it has something to say about like the U.S. healthcare system.
Okay.
And I've been reading the synopsis of the movie. I'm just like, I feel my stomach churning. Like, it's terrible.
Okay.
Because I hate gore.
Well, anyway, another thing with horror franchises is that, unfortunately, you pricked the point where I'm like the weakest because I know some of the 80s horror franchises. I know some of the newer movies like Quiet Place and a little bit of those Midsummer and the newer ones.
Oh yeah.
My weakest points is probably horror films from the 2000s. So you picked a pretty good one for me there.
Yeah, I tried to trip you up on few of them, but still, you were good. So,
well, which one did you think that you would trick me on?
Saw, and also let me see. I have the list right here. I was kind of hoping that you didn't see AI artificial intelligence.
Okay, no, I haven't seen that film, but I knew the date.
And also Zoolander, because like we never spoke about it.
No, I never actually seen Zoolander, and it's a bit weird because my family watches a lot of, especially a lot of comedies, and we watch a lot of those early comedy films with that kind of gang with Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson and those kind of fellows, but Zoolander, I guess, went under the radar completely.
Yeah.
I am a bit surprised that you didn't have a single movie from the year 1994.
What movie would that be?
Because because I did for a little while ago I did a BuzzFeed quiz on movie.
Yeah, you were training before the quiz.
I wouldn't really say that I was training. I was just checking a bit up myself, and those films were kind of really easy. They were kind of well known, but 1994 is a year with a lot of great, what is known as a lot of great films like Lion King, Pulp Fiction, Shawshank Redemption, Forrest Gump, Dumb and Dumber.
I mean, you say that I should have taken it on the list, but
No,
seeing
no,
now that you know that you know the films that came out that year, I'm glad I didn't.
No, I'm just a bit surprised because there were so many from that year that are considered good. If you would have answered these movies, which one would you have gotten correct, or how many do you think you would have gotten yourself?
I think I would be something in like the 30%.
Okay.
I don't have memory to dates. I actually have one last question that you maybe feel better about, like that to go off on.
Okay.
So the last question of the quiz, like a bonus question, the bonus question trademark, is the Fast and the Furious, the first movie. When did it come out?
2001, I think.
Okay. But now tell me how many Fast and the Furious movies are there?
There's at least 9, or... Yeah, 9.
Correct. So, dear listeners, thank you for listening.
They want to know a weird thing. I never seen a Fast and the Furious film.
I've seen some of them, but I feel like I've heard like some of them have like homoerotic subtext, and it's so funny.
Okay.
No, okay, there isn't like a subtext, but you can interpret one of the movies as if the guys were exes, and it's just hilarious for me.
Okay.
Just like the Nightmare on Elm Street. But my weird takes can wait. I would like you, Fredrik, to thank me.
Thank you, Karol, for this wonderful quiz you have made for me.
And I would like you to also take my thanks. And I'm wording it really weirdly because thank you for being patient with me for making this quiz.
Well, one question, are you impressed with me?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Because I did a test run with my colleague from work yesterday and she didn't get any of them.
She didn't get a single one?
She got me like 3.
How old is she?
She's 50.
Okay.
So shoutouts to my coworker. You're great.
Okay.
Yeah, so thank you again for listening to our episode. I hope you had as much fun as we have. We will come back with a next episode sometime next week, we hope. Again, thanks for Jahzzar for our new intro and outro, which is Comedie.
Okay, sure. Goodbye.
Goodbye.